welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. We just went through an historical election. And leading up to the election, there were so many events that helped support our President-elect Donald Trump. There were car parades, there were parties, there were fundraisers. And Nikki and I, we attended a lot of these things, right, Nikki?
Yes, we did. And that was what I did every Sunday with our Trump trains. And I met so many great and wonderful people, so many great friends, and what a great group.
I know, it really was.
Very patriotic and just like a second family, really.
It was like family. I was just going to say that. Well, today on my show, I have Linda Wright. Now, Linda Wright does these parties as well. Welcome to the show, Linda.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Tell the audience a little bit about you.
Oh, gosh. Where do I start? Well, I am a American patriot. I fiercely love my country. I fiercely love my grandchildren and want them to have a country that is the way I grew up in.
Very good.
To the best of my ability. And I love God more than anything, and I believe he gave us this nation, and he gave it to us to steward, and it not to become what it has become.
Absolutely.
So it's up to us to take it all back.
That's right. You said it very well. Well, Linda, you've been putting on a lot of these events prior to the election.
Yes.
We attended some as well. We would go up to the Junkyard Cafe. By the way, people, Junkyard Cafe is a great restaurant. To Simi Valley, California, that's where Linda had some of her events up there, and they were fantastic.
They were so much fun.
They were. Now, what made you want to do this?
You know, it's kind of interesting. It was about a year ago. A year ago in October. So 2022, I just felt like God put on my heart to start these MAGA parties, and thinking about, the old slogan, build it and they will come.
Yes.
Well, I ended up having a family situation, and I was not able to do it in December 22. Well, a year later, in 23, the idea pops back up again, and I'm like, oh, I could do it now. So I threw together a flyer. I talked to the owners of the junkyard, and they said, sure, you can have the room, and this is what it will cost, and, yada, yada. And next thing I know, all I did was put out a flyer to my friends on Facebook and Instagram, and 100 people showed up.
I know. You packed the place, basically.
We had to turn people away.
It was great.
It was amazing.
I know it.
In fact, we had my mom's birthday party there. We had a MAGA birthday party for my mom.
That's right.
We
That's
did.
right. We did.
That was a fun birthday.
That was really
fun.
cool. That was awesome. So now, Linda, does this cost you a lot of your own money to do this, or did you recoup it?
Well, it's a complicated question. I'll try to answer it well. Okay. I did all of the parties every month, I started out every other month and then went to every month because people just wanted to keep doing it. Yeah. They had so much fun. The expenses of those parties, I covered it except for the food and drink. So people basically could come for free.
Okay.
Get their, goodies, the candy on the table. I always bought like Trump wristbands, those were all favors and stuff like that. I took care of all of that.
And you had auctions too, didn't you?
We had raffles.
Raffles. That's what raffles.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't start that until like 6 months in, and that's just because people said it's okay to do that to recoup your costs, because I don't like asking people for money.
Yeah, exactly.
I did it out of the goodness of my heart.
And that's what kind of person you are. Right? It shows, seriously.
Thank you.
I really do admire someone like yourself doing that and going out and putting these events on, and not for your personal gain, to help our country.
Well, President Trump said, Ryan, that it's a movement.
It is.
It doesn't end with President Trump. He simply started it. Movements don't stop. It's up to we, the people, to keep that movement going. Mm-hmm. So for me, I see this as keeping the movement going, but I also see it almost as a ministry, because in my heart, in any battle, you can't always be on the front lines. You have to take a step back, and you have to rest and relax, get refreshed and refilled, and then you go back out again to war. Mm-hmm. And for me, these patriots that were fighting on just so many fronts, whether it was they're running for an office or they're running a campaign for somebody, you need to rest.
Yeah.
And that's what those parties became.
Exactly.
3 hours of fun laughter, dancing to Hold On, I'm Coming, stupid jokes.
That's it.
Well, I
That's
don't
it.
think Donald Trump knows how to rest.
I know,
That
right?
man is an Energizer Bunny, man.
That's true. That is true.
Yes, and we try to take after him.
I know it. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever gotten any backlash on these parties?
That's an interesting question. I'd have to say yes when it comes to the Christmas party.
Really?
So I went to the Westlake Yacht Club because based on last year's Christmas, I knew I was going to get 100 people, and the junkyard can only fit 65 people.
Yeah.
So everyone kept insisting I get a bigger place, rent it out, we can sell the tickets. It'll be sold out. Don't worry about it. And you learn a lot about people. But you also have to pick yourself back up and say, okay, I'm still in charge of this, and this is still something God gave me, and I need to make it happen. So for the 99.9%, it's been a wonderful experience.
Good.
And then there has been that one particular person who had just slammed me via emails that, I was robbing everybody because all you're giving us is dancing. And I'm like, yeah, dude, look at the flyer. It's a catered dinner. It's a catered homemade dessert bar. This stuff costs money, and I can't pay for it. I'm putting this together for all of you.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point where he said, I'm going to tell Trump on you. I said, please do. And then I just had to block the person. They thought it should be free because they weren't sure he would win. So that's like saying the Westlake Yacht Club is not going to charge me for the rental of the facility if Trump did not win. But I planned this 6 months ago. I signed all the contracts. I knew he was going to win.
Okay, so that's coming up soon, correct?
That's December 8th, yes.
December 8th, it's going to be at the Westlake Yacht Club. And what time does it start?
5:30 to 10:30.
5:30 to 10:30. And now people can find this information on a website, where they can find
No
it.
website. It's all over social media, so it's on
Okay.
Facebook if people want to follow Linda Wright. It's also on Instagram under usa.ca.meetups, or you could go to my private account, which is @Maverick.
Yeah, I really suggest you take a look at that and attend, because she does put on some really good shows. I tell you that.
She puts on a good show. What does she do? What does she do? Did she perform?
Look, there's dancing, there's singing, it was fun. Whenever I went to your parties,
The Trump dance contest.
Yeah, they're great.
I love how that Trump dance is just taking over. My God.
I know.
What a movement.
It's incredible. One night, one party, and I must say, every single party was different. It was just none of them were ever the same. And the second to last party we did, we got all the candidates running for office, and they got up and did the Trump contest. That was hysterical.
Yeah,
That was
great.
so fun.
That's awesome.
So we'll do it again at Christmas.
Absolutely. Now, I think you told me something I'm kind of sad about. You're moving to Texas?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I am. I'm flying the coop.
That's okay, though. You'll be in good hands out there, I'm sure.
I listen, I knew it was coming,
Yeah.
but God called me to fight for the children, for our state, for our country, for our president.
Yeah.
And I know that when I laid my head down on the bed at midnight, November 5th, I gave God all that I had.
You did.
And
You did.
and now I can go. And so according to my family who was in Texas, they don't do overpass rallies.
Really?
They don't do street corner rallies. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to teach them how to do MAGA California stuff.
There you go.
I'll be up there with my flags. And she's like, of course you would, Mom. I was like, well, what else can I do that makes me happy? Because
Yeah.
being on the bridge is my happy place.
Oh, my God. That's Nikki's happy
Oh, my
place,
God.
too.
Anytime I see a Trump flag or anything, I'm like, Brian, pull over, honk the
I
horn.
know.
You can come join me in Texas
I love
anytime.
it. Okay.
Yeah. She loves
That's my favorite pastime.
It
Pissing off the liberals.
But you know what? Here's the thing, too. People think, well, it's easy for me because I'm going to a red state. But here's the thing. It is a red state, but we need to make sure it stays red.
Absolutely. I know that.
So I will be getting involved. City council,
Good.
school board meetings. I may run for office, but at the end of the day, my heart is still movies, and TV series.
yeah, because you're a producer, correct? Is that what it is?
I am a writer and a producer,
Writer
and
and
I also
producer.
started directing.
Okay. And are you working on a project right now?
I am. I'm working on a Western that we're raising funds for right now.
Okay.
I have an amazing EP and casting director on board.
Very
We'll
nice.
shoot that in Oklahoma once it is fully funded.
Okay.
And I love to write TV shows and make TV shows or movies that remind us of good old-fashioned shows like Little House on the Prairie,
Yeah.
you know, Walton, just feel good things.
Exactly.
And get away from this Hollywood woke crap.
Right.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I'm done.
Yeah.
We're done.
Well, let me know if you need any help too with our production company.
You are on my radar.
Seriously, perfect.
It's gonna be awesome.
We'd love to give you a hand. 'Cause
Yes.
I tell you what, you bust your butt for us, we'll bust our butt for you this time.
That's great. Thank you.
No, I mean, like I said, Nikki and I, when we went to your party and we had her mom's birthday party up there, we just loved it. I mean, I love the type of events you do throw. And again, I tell you, people, seriously, check out this upcoming party on December the 8th
Yes.
at the Yacht Club. Nikki will list all the information, where to find it. I suggest you go to it. You'll have a great time.
Yes, it's great energy, great people. And when we went to the one at the junkyard, my mom's friend got to the birthday party, and she's like, "Oh, my people!" and she started hugging everybody. They're my people, and it's fun because you just go and you hug all the strangers, and they're like family, like you've known them forever.
It is. You're right, Nikki. It's like a different feel when you get with this group of people. It's like family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's so wonderful. Everybody's so just kind, and people come up to you, "Hey, how you doing?" They don't even know you.
Here's the thing. You know, you need to. People respond to love.
Yeah.
People respond to love. I made sure everyone was welcome. I stayed engaged with them on a personal level. I made sure I said goodbye. People respond to love.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I think about the Bible says love never fails. And you don't know what person was coming into that room that had a bad day or was going through some kind of trial or tribulation, you know? And I don't need to know. But everyone needs to be loved. And even there was a couple of instances where there were two people that came into the room and they started, I said, not in my room, you're not.
Yeah.
You know, you can stay in that corner and you can stay in that corner. And I don't want to hear another word. You take it
Exactly.
outside because it's not welcome. And because you can also control your own events. And I just wanted people to feel loved.
Absolutely. And Nikki had an experience with the last car parade, right, Nikki?
What was the car parade?
The car parade. When you
The Trump train?
Yeah,
Trump
but
train.
what was my experience? What?
Oh my God! You forget already
What do you- wait.
about a stranger asking.
Oh, I went to. Brian couldn't join me. Brian couldn't join me at the Trump train, the 805 Patriot rally. You know the Trump trains?
Yes.
So I went by myself, and because I just wanted to hang out in the parking lot. And then when they took off, I was gonna go home. But I met this girl, and I hopped in the car with them, complete stranger, and I rode the Trump train with them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But
Yeah.
that's what it's all
That
about.
is. That's how people are.
He is bringing the country together.
He is.
Love him or hate him, voted for him or you didn't. He is bringing the country together.
He is.
And we have to come together.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and again, I'm kind of blunt. If you don't like my country, leave. No
I-
one's stopping you.
Oh, I agree with that.
I'll buy you the ticket.
you.
You know?
I'd say the same thing.
Yeah, this is America. If you came to America, you should have come because you loved it, not because you hated it. And I'm 100% behind all of his Agenda 47. 100% behind everything President Trump is going to do on day one.
Oh yeah.
My dream is to meet him someday, shake his hand, say thank you.
Me too. Me too.
Tell him the story.
Take
Yeah,
me with you.
come with me. I have 3 uncles that landed on Normandy. I want to tell them the story of that.
Wow.
And I just want to say thank you. That's
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And
Right?
take a picture, of course.
Yeah. Exactly.
I got to take a picture.
And maybe do a little dance.
You got to have a picture, okay?
No kidding. That'd be wonderful. Just a quick question. I mean, again, on the other side of things, during your events, has anybody like attend the event and try to really put a damper on it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
One person.
One person, huh?
One person.
Ah, unbelievable, huh?
Yep. Nicknamed the Stalker.
Really?
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
What
It
did they
was-
try to do? They try to just.
You know, they just kept trying to crash the parties after they were told that this person was no longer invited to go
Gotcha.
because the person kept overstepping personal boundaries, and I kept saying no to this and no to that and no to this and no to that, and it almost became like a stalking situation, a harassment situation.
Really?
And kept trying to get into the event room. And I had all of my volunteers doing their best. And I mean, it was lie after lie. Like, for example, I didn't know it was Linda's event. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You know, so finally, she stopped coming. And I did see her recently at one of these other events, around, and I was passing out the flyers to the Christmas party. And I can't control someone being there, but I can control who comes to my private event, who's been threatening to me. And so she looked at me when I was passing out the flyers, and I just looked right at her, shook my head, and walked away.
Oh, very good, very good.
I won't put up. I'm too old to put up with something like
right,
that.
Right. Well, at least it wasn't too crazy. Only one person was really.
There's always going to be
Of course.
a bad seed.
Of course.
What you learn in each decade you grow up, because I'm not done growing up yet, right? I have to get a ride in an F-18, then I'll grow up. So the thing is that you learn how to handle them better. You know how to put your foot down, set your boundaries, and to not engage.
Yeah.
I think when we're young, we engage with people like that. I don't engage with anybody. Here's my answer. Move on.
I agree, 100%.
And we are almost sold out.
For the
Christmas party.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh!
Really?
It's been crazy.
That's great. That's wonderful.
We have I have a comedian that's very well known on Instagram, and he's going to be doing a video appearance.
Oh, nice.
There's just so much going on. The photo booth and the DJ, the dancing. I have great speakers that are going to be there to speak.
Very nice.
And not about. And I'm very clear about what my message is. It's no longer about what we did wrong before November 5th or what could have been different. What I'm talking about now is, okay, where do we go from here in California? Because I'm still invested. I'm still leaving grandchildren here when I move. So I'm still invested. What do you see that we need to do now to keep moving California in the right direction? Because look how much is red compared to the last election.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know. Can I answer the question?
Of course.
Get rid of Gavin Newsom.
Of course. That's a
There you
given.
go.
You got 2 more years. Now, they're talking about doing a recall, just so you know, personally, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth the time. What's really needs to be worth the time is finding that man or woman of God who can actually win California and become the next governor.
Yes.
Okay? And I am a woman, but I will say, I'm not into women governors. I'm not into women presidents. I do think that there are roles that men should play in life, and I still think there's roles that women should play. I'm not against any of them. Of course, I would never have voted for Hillary. That's like my son said, voting for Satan's spawn. But I would never have voted for Kamala Harris. But I still think a man should be in that type of position. Don't shoot me, anybody. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. So I think that's where California really, really should concentrate their energy on.
I do agree. Yeah, you're right about that.
Find the person. You got 2 years, starting right now. You don't wait a year from now. You throw your hat into the ring and you start campaigning now.
Yeah.
That's how you turn the rest of it red, and get rid of the Dominion sheets, because that's how they cheat.
Yeah, exactly. So that T-shirt you're wearing, is that something you made? You sell?
I did.
What?
It's my new design. Can I stand up and show
Yes,
it?
you can.
Okay, so I don't know. There you go. My pronouns.
It's a new
are
design.
one, and it says Trump.
Beautiful.
My pronouns are he won.
Yes, with Trump underneath.
Nice. Now, Linda, can people buy that?
Yes, they can message me through whether it's Facebook or Instagram. They can
Okay.
text me, message me.
Yeah, great. And again, Nikki will post all that.
Sure.
So people can find
Yeah.
where to purchase the shirts. Yeah, the shirts are awesome. They're really cool. I love it.
It's my own idea. I love coming up with creative things and putting them into action.
Yeah, exactly. It looks good. Well, and you're doing a lot. And I did.
you.
Again, I said it before. I do admire you. You're the type of people that made a difference out there.
Oh,
you
thank you.
really did. There's no question about it. People like you that brought people together, and then those people brought more people together, and it's just all started from like you, and it all just funneled down to.
You got to make me cry.
It's okay.
I would like to think after 29 years here, well, 7 years was in Phoenix, but most of the last 29 years has been in California, and I would like to think that I made a difference, that I did something
did.
good that I can leave behind.
You did. 100% made a difference.
Thank you.
You did. It was great.
That makes everything worthwhile, doesn't it?
Well, good. We need more people like you. I think we have a lot more people like you than we even knew we had. I mean,
Correct.
My God, the the vote. I couldn't be more happier with what the results were. I mean,
Yes, and it can
incredible.
only go up from here. And I
Uh-huh.
promise that every time I come back for a visit, because I have grandsons, I will put together a party.
Beautiful. We're looking
And I'm
forward
also
to it.
going to start them up in Texas.
You got to. You have to.
Oh, of
for
course.
Sure.
They're,
Awesome.
they're so much fun.
Well, Linda, I really thank you for coming
Well,
on
I
the show.
hope, Brian, I hope you're not going to end the show without, I mean, this is the second show you almost ended without talking about firearm safety.
You know what it is? Okay, you know what it is? You know what it is, people? Here's what it is.
I want that- I
Oh,
have to know
yeah,
this.
Okay, wait. Here's what it is. I get so caught up in the guest stories, I come completely blank of really what Open Arms is all about. It's
Talk about
crazy.
it. Please talk about it.
Linda, how do you feel about the Second Amendment?
Oh, my gosh. It's like we have the Second Amendment to protect the First Amendment.
Exactly. Now, one thing about the Open Arms Project, we really push the gun safety issue.
Yes.
You know, we
Good.
want to keep people safe. Do you own a firearm?
I don't.
You don't.
I've never picked one up.
See that? I like that. See, you don't own a firearm, but you do support that Second Amendment because you know how important that Second Amendment is.
Right.
I love hearing that from a non-gun owner. I really do.
Right. Well, here's the reason. Okay, because of my faith, I don't worry about staying safe. I know God's going to keep me safe.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean in the last 2 years under Biden that I was like, I might want to rethink that. But the reason why I didn't is I didn't want to file anything under the current DOJ because they're looking for us
Absolutely.
intentionally.
Yeah, I know.
So when I go into Texas, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
It's a whole different shebang than
That's-
California.
That's true. That is true.
My kids are locked and loaded. My family, that's all I care about.
Well, I mean, Donald Trump already is pushing some things that are going to be fantastic. He wants to do a nationwide CCW. If you have a CCW, like say in Nevada, that's good for the entire country.
Correct.
Because here's what's good. That's always been an issue. And people have a CCW in one state. They're maybe driving and crossing the state border. They get pulled over. They have a gun. It's your CCW is there, so you're going to get arrested because that's just ridiculous.
It's bullcrap.
It is totally ridiculous. So I think he'll actually start fixing a lot of this stuff too for the Second Amendment.
He's going to start on day one.
Exactly. That's going to be
You're
fantastic.
going to go to the inauguration?
Oh, can we? How do we go? I would.
She
Oh
wants-
God, I want to go.
Oh, yeah, go.
You don't need tickets.
You can get tickets. You need to request them from, someone here in California, local congressman or whatever. But anybody can go. The thing is, if you get a ticket, you get up closer, right? If you don't get a ticket, you're part of the 500,000 people down on the mall watching it. You're not
Yeah.
going to get close enough to President Trump anyways to see anything, but they're all on big screens and stuff. So you don't need a ticket to get to the inauguration. You do need a ticket to fly in and out. You do need a hotel room. And there's all kinds of balls. Every single night there's a different ball you can go
Wow.
to. Some of them are free. Some of them are as high as $15,000. It all depends on what you want to do. You also have the inaugural parade. So it's going to go down Pennsylvania Avenue and, yada, yada, blah, blah. So there's all
Oh,
kinds
please,
of things.
Can we go?
That'd be great. That'd
Go.
be fantastic.
No one's stopping you. I'm going.
There you go.
I'm going to have a blast.
Maybe we'll go, Chippy.
I hope
It,
so.
you know what? Here's the thing. I've not been able to go to a rally. The fundraisers were just out of range for me. And will I meet him and get a picture at the inauguration? Unless God works a miracle, most probably not. But I do believe in miracles.
Yeah.
But this is one event that, for my whole life, I know that I can't miss this. It is one thing I know I'll regret for the rest of my life. And God just opened all these doors to me to be able to go. And I'm like, okay, now you're telling me it's time.
Yeah.
And I'm there.
Awesome. Very
It's going to
good.
be great. So I love what
Well,
you're doing with Open Arms too.
Well, thank you. I mean, again, that's what I always wanted to do a project to support our Second Amendment,
Sure.
but also keep our country safe when it
Absolutely.
comes to firearm
Yep.
ownership.
Yep.
If we can do that and maybe help people by saving one life
Yep.
from a stupid accident,
Yep.
we did our job.
Absolutely.
You know, so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Good for you.
Well, thank you very much.
And I'll tell you, and I'll just add a footnote, not that, you need one, but the reason when I really started paying attention was at the beginning of the whole Kyle Rittenhouse situation.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I started really paying attention to gun safety, gun laws,
Yeah.
the Second Amendment. Not that I was always absolutely behind it. I'm behind anything in the Constitution. I don't care what amendment it is.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, The Second Amendment is there because our forefathers were smart enough to know that they're going to come and take your guns again one day. Well, we already did this with the British. Now we got to do it with the British and the Japanese and the Chinese and the Arab, and everyone's coming across our border.
Yeah.
Okay, but they knew we were going to have go around this again. This is the second revolution, and I am loving every bit of it.
Yeah.
And we're winning.
I know we are.
Isn't that great?
In a big way.
In a big way.
That's for sure.
Huge.
I know it. Well, now I'm going to be hounded by Nikki every day now to take her to the inauguration. Thank you.
You're very welcome. She can call me
So
with
once
any
in a
questions.
lifetime. Once in a lifetime.
I know.
Just so you know, there are a bunch of great patriot ladies coming out of SoCal that are going.
Wow.
Very nice. Very good. Well, good. Well, again, Linda, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show today. I really enjoyed what you had to say.
Thank you.
I loved everything you've been putting together and still putting together. Once again, that party, December 8th at the Yacht Club. The Yacht Club is a
Westlake Yacht Club.
Westlake Yacht Club. It's a very nice venue. Nikki and I actually went to the viewing party there that night to watch the results. Really, really nice venue. Nice group of people. Beautiful scenery, the lake and everything like that. It's worth checking it out.
Come have a great night, a MAGA night, and wear your dancing shoes.
There you go. That's it right there. All right, Linda, again, thank you for being on
You're
the show.
welcome. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We have a lot to be thankful for.
We do.
We do.
And like Nikki said, this is one thing, people are going to have what would you say about the
I
Thanksgiving
just
dinner?
said it's gonna be a very awkward Thanksgiving for a lot of people.
Yeah,
But
people.
thank God everyone's on the same page at our house. But
That's not the case for some houses,
Exactly.
so you're right. You're right.
I know it. All right, well, great. Well, Nikki's going to post everything where they can find you, find how to buy the
Yep.
T-shirts, how to go to the party.
everything will be on the description box below.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Thank you again, Linda. I really
You're
do
welcome.
appreciate it.
God bless you.
God bless you too. And Nikki, how can people find us?
Well, you can find Open Arms on Instagram at openarms.tv. And we're also on TikTok, Open Arms TV as well. And everything will be on the description box below.
Very good.
That's
This
great.
is a very good show today. Very wonderful guests I had. And everybody, always remember, safety, family, and the Second Amendment. Have a good day.